The interplay of semen retention, alkaline diet, and holistic male vitality. Executive summary. This report provides a comprehensive examination of the intricate relationships between dietary choices, the practice of semen retention, and the broader spectrum of male well-being. It synthesizes scientific evidence supporting the profound impact of clean and alkaline eating on male reproductive health, alongside the widely reported, albeit often anecdotally supported, benefits of semen retention across physical, mental, and disciplinary domains. Furthermore, the report explores the deep spiritual dimensions attributed to these practices within various ancient traditions. The analysis distinguishes between empirically validated claims and traditional or experiential insights, underscoring a balanced approach that recognizes the multifaceted nature of health and vitality. 1. Introduction. A holistic approach to male vitality. The contemporary understanding of health increasingly embraces a holistic perspective, acknowledging the intricate and interdependent relationships between an individual's physical, mental, and spiritual states. This report delves into this interconnectedness, specifically exploring how dietary choices and the practice of semen retention contribute to male vitality, a concept extending beyond mere reproductive capacity to encompass overall optimal health, energy, and cognitive function. The inquiry guiding this report reflects this expansive view, seeking a comprehensive understanding of how seemingly disparate practices can synergistically impact well-being. This exploration is particularly pertinent given the observed decline in male semen quality in Western countries over recent decades, a trend strongly linked to prevailing lifestyle and environmental factors. Understanding these modifiable factors is crucial for promoting male health in a challenging societal context. The decline in male reproductive health, particularly in industrialized nations, is not merely a consequence of isolated poor choices but points to a systemic challenge embedded within the prevailing societal norms and food environments of Western cultures. Research consistently highlights a reduction in sperm quality and count in these regions. This decline is directly associated with unhealthy lifestyle practices and specific dietary components. For instance, Western diets are frequently characterized as notoriously acidic, and there is a high consumption of ultra-processed foods along with excessive alcohol use. These elements collectively create a pervasive environment that is particularly hostile for sperm. Therefore, effectively addressing male reproductive health necessitates more than individual dietary or lifestyle adjustments. It requires a comprehensive shift that actively counters these dominant societal influences, implying a need for conscious and disciplined choices that may run counter to prevalent cultural norms. Moreover, the scope of what constitutes male health, or fertility, is undergoing a significant expansion. While traditional scientific research on male fertility primarily focuses on measurable parameters such as sperm count, motility, and morphology, contemporary discussions, as reflected in the user's inquiry, extend beyond these clinical metrics. The interest now encompasses a holistic space, spiritual benefits, enhanced energy levels, mental clarity, and self-discipline. This indicates a broadening understanding of male well-being that integrates physical reproductive capacity with overall vitality, cognitive function, and even spiritual development. This expanded definition requires a multifaceted approach in this report, integrating both conventional scientific evidence and insights from traditional and spiritual practices, acknowledging that health is perceived and experienced on multiple levels by individuals seeking holistic wellness. 2. The alkaline diet and seminal fluid health. Maintaining a precise pH balance, potential of hydrogen, is fundamental for the optimal functioning of the human body's biochemical reactions, ideally within a narrow range of approximately 7.35–7.45. This delicate equilibrium is especially critical for male reproductive health, as sperm thrives and functions optimally in a slightly alkaline environment. While the vaginal environment is naturally acidic, serving to protect against pathogens, this acidity can pose a challenge for sperm survival, with implications for different sperm types. According to World Health Organization (WHO) guidelines, healthy human semen typically exhibits a pH range of 7.2 to 8.0. Deviations from this optimal range can indicate underlying issues. For instance, an acidic ejaculate pH less than 7.2 may suggest a blockage of the seminal vesicles, whereas an overly alkaline pH, around 8.0 or higher, can be associated with infections. Modern, Western diets are frequently characterized as notoriously acidic, which can create an internal bodily environment that is particularly hostile for sperm. Such acidity can also contribute to systemic issues like fungal overgrowth and urinary tract infections, indirectly impacting reproductive health. Conversely, adopting an alkaline-forming diet actively prevents acidity and simultaneously supplies a wealth of essential nutrients vital for healthy conception. Scientific studies corroborate the importance of pH for sperm function. Sperm motility and velocity are significantly diminished in acidic conditions, e.g., pH 5.2 and 6.2, compared to more alkaline environments, pH 7.2 and 8.2. This impairment is partly linked to reduced activity of Na plus K plus ATPase, an enzyme crucial for sperm function. Furthermore, research demonstrates a positive correlation between seminal pH and key fertility parameters such as total sperm motility, semen volume, and sluggish progressive motility. Although some studies note a negative correlation with total count and rapid progressive motility, the overarching scientific consensus points to the critical role of an optimal pH range for superior sperm parameters. Semen possesses a remarkably high buffering capacity, exceeding that of most other bodily fluids. This inherent characteristic suggests that seminal fluid is not merely a passive carrier but an active and robust system designed to maintain a stable environment for sperm, particularly against the naturally acidic vaginal environment. If this substantial buffering capacity is compromised, perhaps due to chronic systemic acidity from an unhealthy diet or other physiological stressors, it could lead to suboptimal sperm health even if a single pH measurement appears within the normal range. The integrity of the buffering system itself might serve as a more subtle indicator of health than just the pH value. Moreover, the association of pH values outside the normal range, acidic less than 7.2 or overly alkaline approximately 8.0, with specific pathologies like seminal vesicle blockage or infections elevates seminal pH from a simple physiological parameter to a significant diagnostic marker. This reflects underlying male reproductive health or disease states, indicating that monitoring semen pH can offer insights into systemic issues. While no direct research explicitly states that an alkaline diet directly alters the pH of seminal fluid in humans, the logical inference is compelling. If the overall systemic bodily environment becomes less acidic due to an alkaline-forming diet, the glands responsible for producing seminal plasma, primarily the seminal vesicles and prostate, would likely secrete fluids that are better able to maintain or contribute to the optimal slightly alkaline pH of semen. This suggests an indirect yet significant influence of systemic dietary pH on the seminal microenvironment. This understanding implies that dietary interventions, specifically an alkaline-forming diet, could serve as a non-invasive strategy to optimize the internal environment for spermatogenesis and seminal fluid health, potentially reducing the need for more complex or invasive fertility treatments. The benefit might be less about a direct, measurable pH shift in semen and more about creating a healthier physiological context for its production and function. To foster a more alkaline internal environment and support seminal fluid health, it is recommended to reduce consumption of acid-forming foods such as sugars, refined fats, meat, dairy, and salts. Conversely, increasing the intake of alkaline-forming foods is highly beneficial. These include a wide array of fruits, e.g., avocado, tomato, lemon, lime, grapefruit, fresh coconut, pomegranate, and most vegetables, e.g., watercress, baby spinach, celery, kale, parsley, spinach leaves. Other beneficial foods are peas, beans, spices and herbs, seeds and nuts, e.g., almonds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, millet, buckwheat, quinoa, sprouted beans, herbal teas, and vegetable juices. Practical lifestyle adjustments to help alkalize the body include minimizing red meat, ensuring ample intake of filtered water, ideally with lemon, actively reducing stress, strictly limiting sugar consumption, and eliminating coffee and alcohol. The dietary aim is to base approximately 80% of intake on alkaline-forming foods and 20% on acid-forming foods. The benefits of an alkaline diet for seminal fluid health are likely a powerful synergistic effect that extends beyond merely maintaining pH balance. While the pH aspect is important, the comprehensive nutrient profile inherent in these whole, unprocessed foods is equally, if not more, significant. Alkaline-forming foods are predominantly fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Separately, it is well established that optimal intake of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, especially from food sources, is essential for spermatogenesis and improving semen quality. This nutritional richness directly supports sperm production, morphology, and motility, providing a dual mechanism of benefit that extends beyond just pH regulation, contributing holistically to male reproductive vitality. Table 1. Alkaline-forming versus acid-forming foods for male reproductive health. Category. Examples of alkaline-forming foods. Examples of acid-forming foods. General recommendations for alkalizing the body. Optimal dietary ratio. Foods. Most fruits: avocado, tomato, lemon, lime, grapefruit, fresh coconut, pomegranate. Most vegetables: watercress, baby spinach, celery, kale, parsley, spinach leaves, peas, beans, spices and herbs, seeds and nuts: almonds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, millet, buckwheat, quinoa, sprouted beans, herbal teas, vegetable juices. Sugars, refined fats, meat, dairy, salts. Reduce red meat consumption. Drink lots of filtered water, with lemon. Reduce stress. Avoid too much sugar. Eliminate coffee and alcohol. Aim for roughly 80% alkaline-forming foods and 20% acid-forming foods. 3. Clean eating, sobriety, and male reproductive health. Ultra-processed foods, UPFs, represent a significant modern dietary challenge, characterized by their high content of additives, sugars, unhealthy fats, and salt, while simultaneously being nutrient poor. Extensive research now demonstrates a strong inverse association between high UPF consumption and critical semen quality. Parameters. Men with higher UPF intake exhibit significantly lower sperm concentration and reduced progressive motility, alongside a tendency for decreased normal sperm morphology. The impact is substantial. Adherence to a healthy dietary pattern like the Mediterranean diet significantly reduces the risk of low total sperm count, by 69 to 75%, whereas high UPF intake dramatically increases this risk, by 249–349% for medium-low and medium-high consumption, respectively. Encouragingly, studies suggest that even a modest dietary shift, such as replacing just 10% of energy from UPFs with unprocessed or minimally processed foods, is associated with improvements in total sperm count, concentration, and motility. The wide range of biological effects and chronic diseases linked to UPF consumption strongly supports their hypothesized role in reduced fertility. A critical, often unacknowledged, threat posed by ultra-processed foods to male fertility lies in their nutrient profile. While UPFs are calorie-dense, they are simultaneously described as nutrient-poor foods, lacking essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. This means that individuals consuming high amounts of UPFs might meet their caloric needs but still suffer from chronic micronutrient deficiencies. For example, deficiencies in zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D are vital for testosterone production. These deficiencies can silently undermine reproductive health without overt signs of malnutrition. The observation that overall, dietary patterns, such as high UPF intake, have a stronger impact on sperm quality than the consumption of single nutrients indicates that the cumulative effect of detrimental ingredients, additives, unhealthy fats, sugars combined with the absence of beneficial nutrients creates a pervasive negative environment. This makes UPFs a silent, yet potent, threat to male fertility that extends beyond simple caloric intake. Specific dietary components within an unhealthy eating pattern have been identified as detrimental to male reproductive health. Reducing the consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages and total fat intake has been consistently linked to improved fecundability and overall sperm health. Conversely, A higher intake of total fat is associated with decreased total sperm count and poor sperm morphology. Similarly, higher consumption of animal protein has been correlated with lower sperm motility and poor morphology. In contrast, beneficial fat profiles, such as a higher ratio of monounsaturated fatty acids (MUFA) to saturated fatty acids (SFA), and increased omega-3 fatty acid intake, are associated with higher total sperm count and improved sperm morphology. The type of dairy also matters. High-fat dairy is linked to lower sperm motility, while low-fat dairy may improve it. Beyond sperm parameters, processed, fried, and preserved foods are also thought to negatively impact testosterone levels, a key hormone for male reproductive and overall health. Substance use profoundly impacts male fertility. Excessive alcohol consumption is a major disruptor of sperm production, hormonal balance, and overall reproductive health. Long-term alcohol intake directly reduces testosterone levels by interfering with the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, which in turn diminishes libido and impairs sperm production. Alcohol can also inflict direct harm on the testes, leading to reduced spermatogenesis, characterized by lower sperm motility, aberrant morphology, shape, and a decreased sperm count. Even modest habitual alcohol consumption, defined as more than 5 units per week, has been shown to have adverse effects on semen quality, with these effects becoming significantly more pronounced at higher intake levels, e.g., more than 25 units per week. Alcohol consumption is also linked to detrimental changes in testosterone and sex hormone binding globulin (SHBG) levels. Recreational drugs, including cannabis, cocaine, and anabolic steroids, pose severe risks to male reproductive systems. Studies indicate that regular marijuana use may decrease sperm motility and count. Cocaine can reduce sperm motility and viability, making fertilization more challenging, and long-term use can damage the testes. Anabolic steroids, despite their use for muscle growth, can severely impair male fertility. The good news is that these are modifiable factors. Limiting alcohol intake to moderate levels, no more than 2 standard drinks per day, and abstaining from recreational drugs can significantly help restore hormonal balance and safeguard sperm production. The evidence strongly suggests that for individuals seeking to optimize their fertility or overall male vitality, removing these significant inhibitors, alcohol, drugs, is as, or more, crucial than merely adding beneficial foods or supplements. This indicates that sobriety, or at least a substantial reduction in consumption, forms a foundational layer upon which other dietary and lifestyle improvements can effectively build. Adopting a healthy dietary pattern, in general, is consistently shown to improve sperm health. The Mediterranean diet, MD, with its emphasis on seasonal, fresh, and whole foods, is particularly highlighted for its positive association with improved sperm performance. Specific food groups and nutrients are also beneficial. Increasing fish intake has been linked to improved fecundability and various sperm parameters. Higher carbohydrate intake, surprisingly, has been associated with higher sperm concentration and motility. A greater intake of vegetables, especially raw vegetables, correlates with higher sperm concentration, improved motility, and better morphology. Crucially, avoiding nutritional deficiencies is paramount for hormone production. Deficiencies in key micronutrients such as zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D can interfere with testosterone synthesis. Specifically, dietary zinc restriction has been directly linked to lower testosterone levels in healthy men. Therefore, a diet that balances macronutrients effectively, e.g., high in carbs, and is free from processed and fried foods is encouraged to promote normal testosterone levels and overall male reproductive health. The relationship between diet, metabolic health, and male reproductive function is a complex, interconnected system. Metabolic derangements, such as excessive weight, insulin resistance, impaired glucose metabolism, and factors contributing to metabolic syndrome, can significantly impact male fertility. Unhealthy dietary choices, particularly high consumption of ultra-processed foods, unhealthy fats, and sugars, directly contribute to these metabolic issues. These metabolic imbalances, in turn, influence hormonal balance, affecting critical hormones like testosterone, follicle-stimulating hormone FSH, and luteinizing hormone LH. The disruption of this delicate hormonal equilibrium then directly impairs spermatogenesis and overall semen quality. This intricate interplay underscores that male fertility is not an isolated biological function but is deeply integrated with overall systemic health, where dietary choices have ripple effects throughout the body's endocrine and metabolic systems, ultimately dictating reproductive potential. Table 2. Impact of dietary and lifestyle factors on male reproductive health. Factor. Impact on semen quality, testosterone. Relevant sources. Ultra-processed foods, UPFs. Lower sperm concentration, reduced progressive motility, tendency for decreased normal morphology, increased risk of low total sperm count, negative. Impact on testosterone levels. Healthy dietary patterns, e.g., Mediterranean diet. Improved sperm health. Reduced risk of low total sperm count. Fish. Improved fecundability. Improved sperm parameters. Sugar-sweetened beverages. Reduced male fertility. Total fat intake. Decreased total sperm count. Poor sperm morphology. Omega-3 fatty acids. Higher total sperm count. Improved sperm morphology. Animal protein. Lower sperm motility. Poor sperm morphology. Carbohydrates. Higher sperm concentration. Higher total sperm motility. Low-fat dairy. Higher sperm motility. High-fat dairy. Lower sperm motility. Raw vegetables. Higher sperm concentration. Higher sperm motility. Improved morphology. Potatoes. Lower sperm concentration. Reduced sperm motility. Lower sperm morphology. Excessive alcohol consumption. Disrupts sperm production. Hormone balance. Reduced testosterone. Lower sperm motility. Aberrant morphology. Decreased sperm count. Adverse effects on semen quality even at modest levels. Recreational drugs, cannabis, cocaine, anabolic steroids. Decreased sperm motility and count, cannabis, reduced sperm motility and viability, testicular damage, cocaine, severe impairment of male fertility, anabolic steroids. Nutrient deficiencies, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D. Lower testosterone levels. Interference with hormone production. 4. Semen retention. Physical, mental, and disciplinary aspects. Semen retention is defined as the intentional practice of avoiding ejaculation, whether through sexual activity or masturbation. This practice is not a modern phenomenon but an ancient discipline with deep roots in various spiritual traditions across India, e.g., Tantra, Yoga, Brahmacharya, and China, e.g., Taoism, traditional Chinese medicine. Historically, it was founded on the belief that preserving seminal fluid, often considered a potent life force, could unlock significant physical, psychological, and spiritual benefits. In contemporary society, semen retention has seen a resurgence in popularity, driven by a growing interest in holistic wellness, self-improvement, self-discipline, body awareness, and mental optimization. The practice encompasses various techniques, including complete abstinence, carezza, sexual intimacy without orgasm, coitus reservatus, intercourse without ejaculation, and edging, controlled stimulation to near orgasm without release. Proponents frequently cite a significant increase in energy levels as a benefit. The hypothesis suggests that ejaculation depletes vital nutrients, such as zinc, and hormones, like testosterone, and by retaining semen, the body can reabsorb these substances or redirect this conserved energy for other daily activities, leading to enhanced stamina and productivity. Regarding testosterone levels, some studies and anecdotal reports suggest a brief spike, or temporary rise, often noted around 3 to 7 days of abstinence. For example, one source indicates a 140% testosterone spike after 7 days of retention. However, it is crucial to note that prolonged retention does not appear to result in sustained hormonal benefits, and the long-term effects on testosterone levels remain under scientific investigation. Critically, there is no conclusive evidence for a long-term increase in testosterone due to semen retention. Many practitioners report enhanced physical stamina and improved athletic performance, which they attribute to heightened focus and increased energy derived from the practice. There is also a belief among some practitioners that retaining semen, which is rich in immune-supporting nutrients like zinc, selenium, and amino acids, allows the body to reabsorb these, thereby boosting the immune system and increasing resistance to fatigue and illness. However, this specific claim lacks direct scientific proof. The impact on fertility is a complex area with mixed scientific findings. While some proponents believe semen retention improves sperm quality and fertility, research offers contradictory evidence. A 2018 study suggested that abstinence periods exceeding 4 days might negatively affect sperm quality, whereas daily ejaculation showed no significant adverse impact. A larger study of over 9,400 sperm samples found lower sperm count and motility after more than 2 days of abstinence. Optimal fertility approaches are often individualized and best guided by medical professionals. Anecdotal claims also include clearer skin, increased muscle mass, weight loss, a deeper voice, and reduced erectile dysfunction. It is worth noting that regular ejaculation is associated with prostate health benefits, and some proponents suggest semen retention may help prevent prostate cancer. Overall, the scientific evidence supporting the long-term physical benefits of semen retention is limited, and most claims are anecdotal. More rigorous, long-term studies by medical professionals are needed to validate these claims. While generally considered safe with no known risks, there is a potential for epididymal hypertension, colloquially, blue balls, if sexual arousal occurs without ejaculation. The temporary increase in testosterone levels, particularly the reported spike within the first week of abstinence, may serve as a powerful biological and psychological feedback mechanism for practitioners. Testosterone is explicitly linked to increased motivation, clarity, charge, creativity, and desire, and it is noted to make the effort to meet goals feel rewarding. This initial surge of positive feelings, increased motivation, energy, and confidence, could help individuals overcome the initial discomfort and challenges associated with semen retention. This reinforcement then solidifies their commitment to the practice and makes it easier to sustain. This temporary hormonal boost could be a key factor in explaining why so many anecdotal reports align on initial benefits, even if the long-term hormonal effects are not sustained, providing a crucial motivational push that solidifies the disciplinary aspects of the practice. Practitioners widely report significant mental and emotional improvements. These include heightened concentration and mental clarity, along with an enhanced ability to channel energy into creative or productive pursuits. The self-discipline inherent in semen retention is said to foster a profound sense of control, translating into improved confidence, inspiration, and self-esteem. Many individuals experience reduced anxiety and depression, attributing this to better hormonal balance and an increased sense of self-respect. The practice is also noted for its potential to break compulsive behavioral patterns, such as pornography addiction, often associated with mental health challenges. Additional reported cognitive benefits include sharper memory and improved overall cognitive function. While these benefits are predominantly anecdotal, their consistent reporting by numerous practitioners underscores their perceived impact. A key aspect of semen retention, particularly emphasized by its proponents, is the development of profound self-control and discipline. This self-restraint is reported to spill into other spheres of a practitioner's life. Individuals engaging in semen retention often find it less troublesome to stay firm on diets, wake up very early in the morning, prevent procrastination, or be persistent with exercises. This suggests a psychological phenomenon. The successful mastery of a significant act of self-control, sexual restraint, strengthens a general discipline muscle. This enhanced self-efficacy then transfers to other areas of life that require willpower, reducing the perceived effort of adhering to beneficial habits like clean eating. Semen retention is framed not merely as abstaining from ejaculation but as a holistic lifestyle and a method to create and maintain peak performance. This broader interpretation includes not metaphorically ejaculating your attention away to things like social media, mainstream news, porn addiction, problematic sexual behavior, and any lifestyle choice that drains your life force. This highlights that the discipline extends beyond the physical act, fostering a general mindset of intentionality and energy conservation. Success in semen retention, according to practitioners, hinges on having a clear action plan, mission, and purpose, indicating that the practice is deeply intertwined with broader life goals and self mastery. The consistent and widespread reporting of subjective benefits, such as increased energy, focus, and confidence, alongside reduced anxiety, by numerous practitioners, exists despite explicit statements in various sources that most benefits of semen retention are anecdotal, or have limited scientific evidence. This highlights a limitation of purely reductionist scientific methods in fully capturing holistic, subjective, and experiential improvements. The sheer volume and consistency of these anecdotal accounts suggest that for practitioners, the perceived and lived improvements in mental state, self-efficacy, and overall well-being are profoundly significant, regardless of direct empirical validation. This underscores that credibility can manifest in different forms, encompassing both empirical data and deeply felt personal experience. Table 3. Purported benefits of semen retention, scientific versus anecdotal, traditional evidence. Benefit category. Specific benefit. Evidence type. Notes, caveats. Relevant sources. Physical. Higher energy levels. Anecdotal. Widely reported by practitioners. Hypothesis. Reabsorption of nutrients, hormones. Increased testosterone. Limited scientific evidence. Short-term spike, 3-7 days, e.g., 140% after 7 days, noted. No conclusive evidence for sustained long-term increase. Enhanced physical stamina, performance. Anecdotal. Reported by athletes and fitness enthusiasts. Improved immune function. Anecdotal. Belief in reabsorption of zinc, selenium, amino acids, not scientifically proven. Fertility improvement. Mixed scientific findings. Some believe it helps. Studies suggest abstinence greater than 4 days may negatively affect sperm quality. Daily ejaculation showed no significant adverse impact. Other physical claims: clearer skin, muscle mass, weight loss, deeper voice, reduced ED. Anecdotal. Widely reported by practitioners. Mental, emotional. Improved concentration and mental clarity. Anecdotal. Widely reported. Channeling energy into productive pursuits. Improved confidence and inspiration. Anecdotal. Fosters sense of control, higher self-esteem. Reduced anxiety and depression. Anecdotal. Attributed to hormonal stability, self-respect, breaks compulsive patterns. Sharper memory and cognitive function. Anecdotal. Some anecdotal evidence. Discipline. Better self-control and discipline. Anecdotal, experiential. Self-restraint spills into other life spheres: diet, exercise, procrastination, holistic lifestyle for peak performance. Spiritual. Heightened spiritual awareness, growth. Traditional, philosophical. Linked to conserving vital energy, Jing, prana, qi cultivates elevated states of consciousness. Deeper emotional connections. Anecdotal, traditional. Prioritizing emotional intimacy over physical gratification. Stronger sense of purpose. Anecdotal, traditional. Aligns with broader journey toward self-discovery and fulfillment. Personal magnetism. Traditional, anecdotal. Unique quality linked to conserved energy. 5. The spiritual dimensions of semen retention and clean living. Across various ancient cultures and spiritual traditions, semen is regarded as far more than a mere biological fluid. It is seen as a potent, precious life essence or vital energy. In Chinese Taoist philosophy, this essence is known as Jing, believed to nourish the body and serve as a crucial link between the physical and spiritual realms. Similarly, in Indian spiritual traditions such as Tantra and Ayurveda, the preservation of semen is intrinsically linked to the conservation of vital energy, often referred to as prana, life force, or ohas, subtle essence. This conservation is believed to enhance not only bodily health but also an individual's progress towards spiritual enlightenment. Hindu mythology and Vedic culture extensively describe brahmacharya, a spiritual path emphasizing strict celibacy or semen conservation as a means to accumulate immense strength and achieve closer union with the Supreme Soul. Ancient Indian texts, including the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and the Gita, along with Ayurvedic treatises like Charak Samhita and Susruta Samhita, meticulously detail the profound value of semen and the adverse consequences of its loss. These traditions assert that semen contributes to physical beauty, physical strength, and mental faculties such as intelligence and memory, with its depletion leading to a loss of happiness, memory, and vigor. A central tenet within these spiritual